Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarian Productions. We're back again with another action figure review. In this episode, we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends series. This is the Age of Apocalypse line. This is the Sugar Man Build-A-Figure wave. And this is Weapon X, also known as Wolverine. But in this particular universe, he was just known as Weapon X. So, yeah, that was a pretty cool little thing there. A little crazy, but yeah. And he's missing a hand. So, yeah, the Age of Apocalypse got a little crazy with some of the designs. But it's cool anyways. So this is part of the Age of Apocalypse wave. This came out, the actual comic itself came out in the late 90s and was a pretty cool crossover at the time. We got to see a new version of Wolverine that we had not seen before. And yeah, this is it. Let's take a look here. It does come on a standard Marvel Legends series card here. We do have the Age of Apocalypse stamp at the top. The Sugar Man Build-A-Figure little sticker thing there on the side. Excuse me, Weapon X here at the bottom. The side has the cool artwork there for Weapon X and Apocalypse. Flipping it over to this side, we see more of that art. Well, kind of more. Is it more? It's a little bit different angle, but not a lot more. That's weird. They usually kind of reverse it or something, but I don't know. Whatever. Flipping over to the back, we do have the glamour shot of the figure itself, along with a short bio here. Armed with adamantium claws and superhuman healing abilities, Weapon X joins the battle against Apocalypse. Okay. Down here we have the Build-A-Figure selection for this wave here. We got actual Sugar Man here and all the figures in the wave that you can get. And then when you have all of the figures, you can build Sugar Man. And Sugar Man is awesome, so you need to get this wave just so you can build Sugar Man. 2020 copyright stuff here. The bottom has more of that cool legalese stuff and the barcode. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this thing here. Slicing it open by cutting the tape on the side. We'll pop this little tab out here. Fold this little flap up. There's a little bit more of that artwork. There's his missing hand thing too. So then the rest of this slides right out. We have nothing else in the box, so we'll toss that to the side. The tray lifts out of the cardboard. We got a little insert here. Apocalypse in his holographic form, I guess you could say. That goes to the side as well. The insert is nothing fun. It is simply a warning thing, more legalese stuff. Choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years. And yeah, so I did my due diligence. It's in the trash now. So we get a couple of accessories with this guy. So let's pop out the first one. We have one of the legs, little stubby legs, for Sugar Man. So that is cool. That's our Build-A-Figure piece. Then we have an alternate, the alternate hand for Wolverine, Weapon X. Alternate hand. And then we have the figure itself. So let's get him out. Bear with me while I crinkle plastic. Cool, all that stuff is done now, so it goes back into the pile. And we have the cool figure, the accessory, and the Build-A-Figure piece here. So let's zoom in and try to fix that about right there. Put our light about right there, and let's take a look here at Weapon X. First up, let's look at the Build-A-Figure piece. This is, the left leg, I believe, of Sugar Man. Very nice looking detail. They've always really done a nice job with the sculpting of, like, clothing, where it has, like, ripples. the fabric bunching, I guess you could say. So yeah, very cool looking. This is going into our big stack here. We're getting close to getting all the pieces for Sugar Man, so that video should be coming fairly soon. Accessory wise, we have a single piece, and that is this alternate hand, which is basically just a stump. There is some weird paint thing going on here, so I don't know what that is. It looks like oxidation, but I think it's just something weird. I might be able to get that off with some water or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. There's not a lot of detail on this thing. It's basically a stub with a little bit of rings around the side there. So, I don't know. The way it works, though, is you basically just grab a hold of this one and pull it off, and then you replace it with this one. So it just twists on there. It actually works pretty well. This, some of these hands, the interchangeable pieces, don't work very well, but this one actually turned out pretty good. So we've got the claw version with the claws poking out, and then we've got the stub version with no claws. So that's actually a really nice little touch there. Pop that back on there, and since that's the only accessory, we can look at the figure itself now. So overall, there's something off about this figure to me, and I'm not sure what it is, but as a whole, I think it looks pretty good. So the design itself of Weapon X in the Age of Apocalypse was, again, a little bit of a departure from what we're used to. As far as the color scheme goes, I don't really have a problem with that. It does have the, I guess, navy blue, yellow, red. So we've seen that echoed with some of the other figures. So like Jean Grey had a very similar color scheme going on. So don't really have a problem with that. The stripes look really good. The paint on his head looks okay. And I think I figured out what it is that I don't like. His head looks really big. And I think it's just his hair is just crazy big. So maybe that's what it is, but looking at the actual head itself, detail-wise, there's a lot of stuff going on there. They've done a really good job of sculpting on the hair itself. His snarl looks really nice there. There's the top of the head there, that hair going everywhere. I think that's what's throwing me off, is just the head looks a little bit too big for the body. And I mean, he was supposed to be kind of a more feral version of Wolverine in the comics at this point, so I think that is what they're going for here, is to kind of try to get that point across, is that he is not quite as a nice guy as other versions of Wolverine maybe, but I don't know. I think that's what it is. He also looks like he's not slept in a while, so I don't know how well that actually picks up paint job wise on the camera, but his face looks he looks like me when I've not slept in a day or two. So I don't know, but it still looks really good there. It's a nice kind of touch. It's again, a slightly departure, but it works. The rest of the detail here, we do have some that cool paint apps on his arms to kind of show his scruff that he's known for. We don't usually get that in a lot of these Wolverine figures, but that looks okay. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with that, to be honest with you. It looks alright. It's not the best in the world. I probably would have liked it to be not there, but for whatever reason, it's there. So the rest of the body is kind of plain, kind of basic. It's pretty much the Wolverine sculpt that we've seen everywhere else, but I mean, it works. He maybe looks a little short proportion-wise. Let me grab that the X-Man figure, and let's look about height-wise. So that actually looks about right, to be honest with you. So height-wise, he's much shorter than a standard figure here, so maybe that's what's throwing me off. But his head is still the same size, so I don't know. But whatever, it works. It does pretty good job there. It's kind of got the same basic sculpting details, so it's really nice all the way around as far as the actual sculpt itself goes. We get to see some nice detail there in his actual hand itself. We can see where his claws have popped out there, and then his little bucket thing there with the claws popped out there. That's pretty cool. All in all, it's not bad. Let's look at articulation here. The head does spin 360 degrees. It goes up that much. That is crazy. And back as well. And then forward that much. So that's weird. Maybe that has something to do with things looking off. I don't know. That's a little bit jiggly. Anyways, side head tilt is really crazy, and side head tilt there is really crazy as well. I think that's just weird. I don't know. That's just odd, but that may be what's throwing me. Anyways, so we do have the standard extra swivelly shoulders here, which are kind of sticky, but those shoulder joints move forward and then move backwards. And yeah, they're a little sticky here. So I don't know if that's the paint, but there that one did pretty good there. And forward, they are not cooperating with me as much as I would have liked. But they do have that extra crazy shoulder joint there, so be aware of that. Past that, we have standard swivel joint, rocker swivel thing, whatever you want to call it, ball and swivel. What do you call that? I don't remember. Whatever, that shoulder joint's there. Swivel joint at the top of the bicep here. We have double elbow joint. We have a twist at the wrist. Those claws on his little can thing there, are they removable? I don't think so. They don't look to be removable. I'm going to say they are not, because that's not coming out easily. So again, that's probably why they have this as the accessory. So if you want them removed, you just pop that on there. His other hand, though, the actual hand itself, those claws should be removable. Yeah, so they are on that little same peg system as previous figures have been. So if you want to take the claws out, you just pop that out. It doesn't look too terribly bad without the claws in there, but it will have a hole left in there. Not that big a deal, but then you should just be able to pop those claws back in there. Yeah. And the claws themselves actually look fairly well placed. I know I've had some issues in the past with a couple of these where they don't quite line up the way they need to, or they're bent a little bit, but out of the package, this one's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, moving on, we do have the standard ab crunch feature, which is crazy on this one. So all the way forward, all the way back. This is the ab crunch I expected when we got Wild Child. So yeah, very cool. Standard swivel at the waist. Standard plastic T-hooks at the hip joints. So we get to go forward that much, backward that much. Again, you can shift it up to go back even further. He goes out about that wide. Do have a standard swivel at the top of the thigh. We do have a double knee joint and standard rocker swivel twisty thing at the ankle joint. So, and foot peg. Very cool. So yeah, to be honest with you, I think For whatever reason, this, I can't figure out what's going on here. Something just doesn't look right with this figure. And I don't know if it's the height issue, if it's the head sculpt issue, or what it is. But something just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know what it is. I mean, the figure itself is a cool figure. I'm really glad we finally got a Weapon X from Age of Apocalypse. That part I'm ecstatic about. But I don't know why this figure is off. I don't know. Leave some comments down below. Let me know if I'm just seeing things, or if I'm being too nitpicky with this, or maybe you see something I don't. What am I not getting here? What is throwing me off? I still don't know, but something is throwing me off. But it's a cool figure. The actual details on it are really nice. They did a great job of actually capturing that Age of Apocalypse character in figure form. I like the claws. I like that they included the little can cap thing there for his cut arm. I think part of my issue, well, it's not this issue, but in previous versions of Marvel literature, Wolverine's healing powers are kind of crazy off the scale. He's come back from a skeleton before to a full-fledged person, so it just kind of is weird to me that he would not have regrown his hand. And I don't remember if that was ever touched on in the actual storyline or not, so if you remember, leave a comment down below. Let me know. But it's a pretty decent figure. Something's off about it, and I don't know what it is, but I mean, it's a good start. So maybe it just needs a new head, and I would be fine with it. I'm not really sure. Well, that's all the time we have for today, so thanks for stopping by, thanks for watching, thanks for just listening to my rant about this figure. If you have figured out why things are off in my head, let me know. I mean, there's really lots of reasons things are off in my head, but specifically about this figure here, if things look weird to you and you know why they look weird to you, let me know that. I'm very curious to see what other people pick up on, and why I can't place my finger on what's going on that's throwing me off on this one. So, anyways, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up, a thumbs down, like, share, subscribe, all that algorithmic-y things that people are supposed to do. If you'd like to see anything future and... if you'd like to see anything in future episodes, let me know that. I will see what I can do to get it out in front of y'all. Be on the lookout for more awesome videos coming down the pipeline. And until next time.